Okay, we're gonna get started here pretty quick, eh? In this video, I'm gonna give you a solid overview of the Bitcoin ecosystem, so you're gonna understand how miners work, the influence of exchanges, and what your wallets actually do on the network. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, and I'll give you some bonus content as well as a special surprise. I'll give you a hint. It's the world's very first cryptocurrency branded. I'm Josh Cross from DeFi Now, and with me somewhere around here, my trusty sidekick, Steve Irwin. Oh, here he is. After watching this video, you're going to get an idea of what miners do and how they secure the network. You'll also understand what exchanges do and the power and influence that they have, and I will even give you some examples of some of the exchanges that I use. And then I'll explain to you what your wallet actually does. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe below. Make sure you click the bell and the like and all that stuff so you can be an informed rock star in this space. So we've got a really good episode. There's going to be a lot of knowledge, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Irwin, are you excited? Could you at least put some clothes on? Now, when people first hear about Bitcoin, the first thing they think of is, what do I have to do to get myself out of this conversation? Or, I don't want to hear any more about your crazy nerd money, Josh. But smart people like you and I, we want to know if this is possible, and if so, how is it possible and how could it possibly work? Broadly speaking, Bitcoin is powered by the blockchain. Now, what is the blockchain? Blockchain is the #1 skill for 2020 according to LinkedIn, which means that it's more valuable to learn than analytical reasoning, than cloud computing, and even AI. Simply put, the blocks in the blockchain contain transactions from the previous 10 minutes, as well as a cryptographic link that links them to the previous blocks in the blockchain that lead all the way back to the beginning of the Bitcoin blockchain back in 2009. Now, you can't go back and change the previous blocks in the blockchain, so it kind of acts like a database in which you can only add information to it, but you can never change or delete any information from it. Kind of like what happens in Vegas. So who's validating all of these transactions every 10 minutes and securing the network and making sure we don't get fraudulent transactions or people trying to double spend and things like that? This is the role of miners. Miners are individuals or companies or organizations with a tremendous amount of computing power, and they use that computing power to essentially try to guess a specific number. And so you can think of it as them printing lottery tickets. So they're trying to print the lottery tickets as fast as they can. And they use all this computing power to do that. And then every 10 minutes or so, a correct lottery ticket is created, or they guess the correct number, and then that gives them the block reward. So they win the Bitcoin that are in that block, and then they validate all of the transactions in that block, and then all the miners on the network start guessing at the next one. And this continues, and it's been going on kind of like Bitcoin's heartbeat every 10 minutes. And it's been going on nonstop since its inception. Because miners use so much electricity in this process, there's a lot of criticism that they get for all of the environmental impact. But it's important to look at their competitors, so let's take a little look at that for a second. Think about the amount of energy that goes from taking gold out of the ground, transporting it, smelting it, securing it, storing it. All these things have a tremendous environmental impact that's really difficult to try and gauge. The same thing could be said for the US dollar or any currency when it comes to printing, storing, transporting it in giant armored vehicles, building vaults for it, office buildings full of people whose job it is to make sure that this is running smoothly, all of the electricity that can cost and manpower that goes into that. When you look at the broader scheme of things and the financial freedom brought by Bitcoin, it's comparatively very efficient and a very small price to pay. All right, do you feel like your mind is drinking from a fire hose yet? Now that we've gotten some of the technicals out of the way, let's talk about where you can buy and sell Bitcoin. Exchanges are the main place you can buy and sell Bitcoin, and they vary wildly in terms of their quality, their security, their user experience. And exchanges are exactly as they sound. That's the place where you're gonna go and you trade your US dollars for Bitcoin. You exchange it. Or you exchange your Bitcoin for Ethereum or any other cryptocurrencies for other ones. There are places where you can exchange US dollars for Bitcoin or Bitcoin for Ethereum or hundreds of other trading pairs. Some exchanges have been built mindfully with regulators in mind, but the vast majority of them have been just kind of wildly built from the ground up, trying to compete like the Wild West. Exchanges have tremendous influence in this ecosystem because they hold billions of dollars of people's money, and we need them to trade with one another. And because they hold our money, it's important to only choose exchanges which have been properly tested and have a strong reputation. The largest and most popular exchange is Binance. Binance is known for its insane rise, as well as having a huge number of cryptocurrencies on the platform. The other exchange I want to talk about is Coinbase. Coinbase has very few currency pairs because it's based in the US, and so it's subject to US securities laws. Coinbase is generally the best exchange for beginners to go to, especially if you're based in the US, because they have a very simple interface, it's very intuitive, and they have really good customer support. But because Coinbase is geared towards beginners, they have higher fees because they're basically paying to educate the beginners who come into this space and have to learn how things work, and that has a higher customer support cost because of that. So it's very common for people to start on Coinbase, and then once they start to understand how it works, they'll move to Binance, which has lower fees and more options and more trading pairs as they get better at it. If you're interested in dipping your toes in and maybe buying a little Bitcoin, I've got links in the description to both Coinbase and Binance. And if you use my link and you go to Coinbase, we both get $10 if you buy some Bitcoin. If you go to Binance, then both of us get 10% off on the trading fees and get a little bit of a kickback for that. So if you want to support the channel, definitely check those out. Now, both Binance and Coinbase are centralized exchanges. They are companies that run them. So I wouldn't store a good portion of my wealth there just because I prefer to have control over my money. Coinbase and Binance both have industry-leading security, and so I definitely would trust them more than almost any other exchange, but it's still best to control your own money. And just remember, if you're not holding your money yourself, it's not really your money. And the same thing goes for the bank. This isn't just limited to cryptocurrency exchanges. If you have money in the bank and you go and you log in and you see how much you have, you're not actually looking at how much money you have. You're looking at how much money the bank owes you. So if that bank goes under, then there is a chance that you won't get your money back. So it's important to be able to control your own money, and having your own wallet where you control your cryptocurrency. It's kind of like having cash or having gold in physical form that you control because nobody else can take it from you. Now, there are two solutions to having your money stored in a centralized place. The first one is a decentralized exchange, and the second one are wallets, so having your money in your own wallet. Since this channel is about DeFi, or decentralized finance, we're going to start with decentralized exchanges. Basically, decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, are computer programs that are running all over the world autonomously. So they're doing the same job as a centralized exchange, where they're, saying this person wants to buy Ether and sell Bitcoin, this person wants to switch this, and it does so automatically without having a middleman in the middle taking their cut. So the users are always in control of their coins. And so decentralized exchanges are an incredibly important innovation, but they're pretty far down the rabbit hole from where we're going right now. So I will get to them in a later video, but for now, let's stick to more high-level topics. The other way to store your cryptocurrency are wallets. And this is the last part of the Bitcoin ecosystem I'm going to go over. So stay with me, stick through it, and we're going to get through this and you're going to learn a lot. A Bitcoin wallet has multiple purposes. So it will generate the private key that controls your money, and it calculates the fee and broadcasts that transaction to the network when you want to send money to somebody else. Now, there are two types of wallets that I want to go over: hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are wallets that are connected to the internet. So this includes web wallets on a website. This includes software wallets installed on your PC or your Mac, and as well as app wallets, so wallets that you downloaded from the App Store. These wallets are nice because they're very user-friendly, they're very easy to use, there's a low learning curve, but I don't want to go into too much detail on these ones because wallets by themselves is a long video. So if you want me to make a video specifically on wallets, then leave a comment down below and let me know, and I will make a note of that. The other type of wallets are cold wallets. So these are wallets that never connect to the internet. Both of them are really good. I personally use the Ledger Nano S wallet. The device itself generates your private keys. So if your computer is infected with malware, which it probably is, regardless of whether you have a PC or a Mac, hackers can't access your funds because they need your device to do it. If you're interested in buying a cold wallet, there's a link down in the description below for the newer Ledger Nano X. Now, I promised you some bonus content, and since I'm a man of my word, and since you made it this far, you'd certainly deserve it. If you look down in the description below, there's a link to my free blockchain guide that I wrote that I somehow forgot to mention over my last two videos, but check that out. It's free, totally free. You don't even need to give me your email address. Just download it, learn some stuff. If you liked it, let me know, and I appreciate that. Now, those of you who know me know that I'm a home brewer, and I've been a home brewer for about a decade now, but I don't usually brew beer. Now, I want to present to you the world's very first crypto-branded mead, DeFi Now Watermelon Blueberry Mead is everything you need for quarantine, and I know that because it says so on the label. This mead is 13.2% alcohol, and it's 100% delicious. And you can buy a bottle for 3 easy payments of 50,000 Satoshi. What? What? What do you mean I can't sell it? Since when? Why are you wearing a coat? That doesn't make any sense. You're not even trying to look different. Are you wearing a blue shirt under that coat? Are you just wearing the coat so that it covers up your blue shirt? Don't touch that. I'm saving that bottle. Don't. No. Why do you have a spoon in your pocket? Do not open that. Don't open that mead. Don't open. This is what happens when you get freelancers. This is why you need to do everything yourself. Okay, well, apparently I can't sell this because it's illegal. But I have another plan. In this box, we have 24 bottles of this mead. It has a seemingly unbreakable lock. As you can see, it's Gorilla Tape, it's no joke. Each time I hit one of these targets of subscribers, I can pull out 4 of these bottles of mead, and then I guess it automatically seals again. I guess we'll find out when that happens. But first one's gonna be 100 subscribers, so I'm gonna need your help getting there. The great thing about this is this mead is gonna get better with time, just like this channel. If you'd like me to gain access to all of these bottles before the end of time, be sure to share this with as many people as you can. Be sure to hit the bell button, the subscribe button, the like button, all that stuff below. Leave a comment if you like something, or if you didn't like something, let me know. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.